The LSU women's basketball team are waking up champions after defeating Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Tigers pulled away in the second half and held off Iowa's comeback attempt to lift the trophy in the end. Meanwhile, UConn and San Diego State are set to face off in the men's championship tonight. ABC's Will Reeve has the latest.
LSU has captured its very first national championship.
LSU is on top of the women's college basketball world.
Poole going for the dagger. You bet.
The Tigers emphatically upsetting the 2-seed Iowa Hawkeyes and red-hot Player of the Year Caitlin Clark in an action-packed and drama-filled national championship game.
Jasmine Carson again. She's 3 for 3 from 3.
Jasmine Carson was the unsung hero for LSU in the 102-85 win, leading the way with 22 points. 3 of them coming on this buzzer-beating bank shot to open up a 17-point halftime lead.
Carson banks it in. My goodness, it's wizardry.
Clark scoring 30 points in the title game, setting the record for most points scored in a single tournament, men's or women's, but it wasn't enough.
It's really, really special, and I don't think it's going to set in for me for quite some time. I understand we came up 1 win short, but I think we have a lot to be proud of and a lot to celebrate.
Legendary head coach Kim Mulkey let her emotions shine like her patented suits as she won her 4th national title, her first with LSU.
This is the 4th time I've been blessed. I think my tears are tears of joy. I'm so happy for everybody back home in Louisiana.
As the clock wound down, star forward and most outstanding player of the tournament, Angel Reese, showed Clark and the world where she'll put her championship ring.
This team is just amazing. We've built each other up from the summertime, and I'm so happy.
And Will Reeve joins me now, along with ESPN's Reese Davis and ABC News contributor Mike Muse for more on this. Well, what does this victory mean for the LSU Tigers?
Well, Diane, it's huge. It's the Tigers' first national title in program history. It's the 4th overall for legendary head coach Kim Mulkey, but her first with LSU. And the discourse around this game has focused a lot on the perceived disrespect that Angel Reese may have shown to star Caitlin Clark from Iowa. She did the hand in front of her face move. She pointed to her ring finger. Lots of trash talk's going to happen in a national championship game. Reese defending herself as a champion, saying, when other people do it, y'all don't say nothing. This was for the girls that look like me. It was bigger than me tonight. I feel like we've grown the game of basketball. So clearly an emotionally fraught and important moment for LSU to win this title in such dominant fashion, Diane.
Mike, I want your take on this because we were kind of talking about this before you came on the air. Why did this blow up on social media the way that it did?
I don't know why it blew up on social media the way it did. Actually, no, I do know why. There seems to be a perceived double standard when it comes to that because Caitlin Clark did it first with the hand motion in the Elite 8 game. Caitlin Clark is a dominant player. She is one of the best players that we have in this NCAA tournament, and she's one of the best players that we see right now in women's college basketball. So is Angel Reese. Angel Reese is one of the best players that we see right now in women's college basketball, and I would actually even say basketball going forward. And so what Angel Reese did was just give it back to Caitlin the way that Caitlin dished it out first.
Was it because it was to an individual as opposed to a team?
Some saying individual, some say the team, but it doesn't take away the fact that Caitlin did it and there was no talk of any taunting. And what Angel Reese went on to say further was that, you know, why can't women be allowed to talk trash in the way that guys do it? And she went on to further say, if a guy was to do it, would this be an issue?
Reese, so much of the focus has been on South Carolina and Iowa. So how do you think LSU managed to fly under the radar here?
Well, the old adage is that styles make fights, right? And LSU didn't have any success. No one did against South Carolina during the regular season. And I suspect had South Carolina won again, the outcome might have been different. Pardon me. But, you know, there was a virtuoso performance in the Final Four game by Caitlin Clark to get them there. And then LSU had the right matchup. And I think LSU had a little bit of an edge to them because there were some defensive strategy things against South Carolina, laying off shooters, things like that, that LSU sort of twisted into something to motivate them and kind of getting themselves in position to look at Iowa as a team that was, you know, sort of lording it over everyone else in terms of their disrespect. And it led to this tempest in a teapot nonsense about the you can't see me stuff. it's whatever. The one thing I would say is that in the men's game, because there's been the question about whether it would be anything in the men's game. In the men's game, Angel Reese probably would have gotten a technical foul because that kind of there's a lot of talk that's going on. But if there's something directed towards someone, sometimes they'll hit them with a tee. But I really don't think either thing was a big deal. Guys are right. Caitlin Clark did it first, and Angel Reese did it. And to the victor, the spoils. Right? You win a championship, you get to celebrate, and that's what LSU did.
Well, looking ahead to tonight, how did UConn and San Diego State get to this final?
Well, in quite different fashion. UConn isn't exactly considered a blue blood for some reason. If they win tonight, it's their 5th title since 1999. That's more than Duke, UNC, all the other teams that we consider the blue blood. San Diego State, they've never been here before. Their path to get here, a little more difficult. UConn has blown everybody out. They're looking like a juggernaut. San Diego State, in this building behind me, needed a buzzer beater to win to make it to the final. Prior to that, they knocked off #1 overall seed Alabama. They are a Cinderella. It's a 5 seed against a 4 seed. Not the lowest seeds we've ever seen, but certainly unexpected. But this has been a tournament of the unexpected. It all went upside down basically as soon as Virginia lost to Furman in the 2nd game of the entire tournament, and it's been wild since then. So why should we expect anything other than the unexpected in this final game tonight?
So, Mike, what are you watching for in this new showdown now?
I'm looking for offense versus defense. UConn is really strong on the offense. San Diego State is really great on defense. UConn doesn't really have a strong defensive game, so I'm really curious to see, can San Diego State stop the momentum of UConn? UConn is a dominant team. They come out really strong. They've won by double digits in this tournament so far. I think they have the poise, and the combination of Newton and Jackson, if they can really start firing on all cylinders, I think we're going to see a fantastic game tonight.
Reese, how about you? Any predictions?
Well, I think UConn is the dominant team, and I'll be stunned if they don't win. San Diego State, as they said, is an excellent defensive team. So is UConn. UConn has more weapons than anyone. And it's true we don't have anyone on the top 3 seed lines here. But if not for a 6 out of 8 stretch in late December, early January, in which UConn hit a little slide, remember they started the season 14-0 and were ranked #2 in the nation at one point. This is a 1 seed, 2 seed caliber team in terms of talent. They're far superior on offense to San Diego State. But San Diego State has a way of dragging you into a physical game and making you play their style. And if they can do that, they'll have a chance to win the national championship. But I believe that UConn is a superior team, and I think they'll cut down the nets. And as Will mentioned, I think earlier, UConn, it's time for them to be considered a blue blood. If they win their 5th national championship, they'll be among only 6 programs to ever do that, and they've done it all since 1999. So they're an elite team, an elite program, and I expect to see them cut down the nets tonight.
All right, well, Reese Davis, Mike Muse, thank you all.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.